Before we start, I should note that this isn't really a hacking tutorial. This is more of an exploit. In the following, I'll explain how to unlock Blockbuster DVD cases. If you've ever looked at a Blockbuster locking mechanism, you'll know that it is essentially just a yellow column with a couple magnets in it. And this yellow column, when pulled out, will latch on to the internals of the DVD box. In this picture, you can see how the yellow column looks like inside the box on the left side. This is how the yellow column looks on the right side of the box. Here's a closer look of what the locking mechanism looks like on the left side of the box. You can see that if you try to pull the yellow column out, it'll latch on to the structure there. This is similar to the right side of the box. Here's an overview of what the locking mechanism looks like. In the red circles, you'll see that those overhangs is what will lock the box. So when you try to pull the yellow column out, it'll latch on and it won't be able to be pulled out. In those circular compartments are magnets. What you want to do is pull those magnets in the direction of the blue arrow. It'll pivot where the green circles are, and thus those overhangs will be flushed with the yellow column. With it flushed, the yellow column will slip out very easily. This is what the lock looks like when it's inside the box on the right side. Again, in the red circle, you'll see where the overhang will latch onto the box. We want to move the magnet in the direction of the blue line. This way, it will flush with the yellow column and will be pulled out easily. The same goes for the left side of the box. So the question is, where should we place our magnets on the outside of the box so that it'll match up with the magnets inside the yellow lock? In this picture, you can see the front of the box and where I've placed the magnet. From the lower right corner, it's 3.5 centimeters up and 1 centimeter to the left. This is the back side of the DVD box. In this picture, you can see where I've placed the magnet. It's 6 centimeters up and 1 centimeter to the right. From the bottom left corner. Using this information, I'm able to now build my device. First, I'll need a few things. A set of magnets, obviously, foam board and a utility knife to cut it up, and some adhesive tape. The set of magnets I bought are grade 40 neodymium iron bore. They're very strong, and the set only cost $20. I'm only going to be using just a handful of them though. You won't be able to use a single magnet. It won't attract enough through the plastic DVD case, and the magnets used in those circular compartments in the lock are very weak. So you might be able to buy even stronger magnets, or you can do what I did and stack them together, thus making them stronger. I haven't done any calculations as to how many magnets I'll exactly need, so I just stacked a bunch together and hope for the best. In this first one, this stack stands 4.1 centimeters tall. The circular discs are 1 centimeter wide, and the square pieces are 0.6 centimeters wide. You'll obviously need 2 sets of magnets because there are 2 sets of magnets in the locking device. So to unlock the other magnet in the locking device, I use this stack of square box magnets. It stands 2.5 centimeters tall, and each of them are 0.6 centimeters wide. really, you'll need to just guess and check until you find a set of magnets that work for you. I found that the magnets that sit on the front need to be longer because for some reason it was a little bit more difficult to pull the front one. So I took some of that foam board and I cut it up. In this picture you can see I cut it to 8 centimeters by 3.5 centimeters. I also tried to slim it down a little bit so that it would fit in my hand better, more ergonomic. Now, cut out some foam board that are the same height and width of each stack of magnets. Those magnets, as seen in this picture, will sit on that smaller piece of foam board. Then that whole set, the magnets and the foam board, will sit on the main piece of foam board. Tape this to the one corner of the larger piece of foam board. Do the same for the other set of magnets on the opposite end of the foam board. In this picture, you can see the profile of the device you've built. The main piece of foam board with the magnet foam board together will give a space of 1 centimeter. This will drop the magnet to where the magnets in the locking device are, and it'll match it up. This is a view of your device put together. The dotted lines represent what pieces I cut off of the main foam board there. There will be a 1.4 centimeter gap in the middle between the magnets. This is where the DVD case will slide through. It would be handy to have a DVD box with you. Any DVD box will do. If you measure the thickness of a DVD box, it comes out to something like 1.35 centimeters. My gap is 1.4 centimeters, and it still works. You want to be particular about this because you want it to hug the DVD box. It'll fit very nicely. If it doesn't, the magnets will be too far from the locks and it won't work. I suggest just using regular tape because if something happens, it'll be easy to fix and you can do it quite easily. In general, to calculate the size of the main large piece of foam board is going to be something like the total height of both stacked magnets plus 1.35 centimeters by 3.5 centimeters. Now I don't have a Blockbuster DVD case handy, so unfortunately I can't show you a live video of it in the works. However, I still have still pictures of the process, so I'll try to explain it as I go along. With the foam board, it's very good because it's a very rigid structure. If you've made it correctly, the magnets will pretty much snap into place. In this picture, you see I put the device about halfway down the side of the DVD box. You'll still have to hold it into place because it hasn't caught on to the locks yet. If you slide it down, you'll see that it'll snap onto something. This is not where you want to put it though. If you think about it, the lower set of magnets are catching onto the upper overhang and pulling it over the DVD structure, thus reinforcing the lock. So keep sliding it down. It will catch on again. When it catches on, it won't feel as defined as the last one, but this is what you want. If you keep sliding it down, this is incorrect. Just take note of the position. This is not what you want. Just like the first time it cut on, this time the upper set of magnets are catching onto the lower overhang and pulling it over the DVD structure, and again reinforcing the lock. Now, put it over the second position we had there, which is the correct position. You should be able to pull the lock out simply. And there you have it. Use this information wisely. Once again, I don't condone stealing or anything like that. This is for educational purposes only. And I don't hate Blockbuster either.